guys, my name is Nakia from thrivewithamazon.com, and I'm here to help you start your Amazon dropshipping store. So the common question we have today is, do you need sales tax? So one of you guys on YouTube asked this question and was like, do I absolutely need sales tax? So it's going down today. We're going to talk about sales tax because I'm always getting asked about this. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there that I'm definitely not an accountant. So I'm not able to give professional advice. This is just simply based on my experience, so I can only give you advice based on that. But any further questions or any more detailed questions, you need to ask a professional accountant. So the reason why a lot of people ask about this is because it's a great way to save money. So when you're buying from So the reason why a lot of people ask about this is because when you get an order on Amazon dropshipping and then you go to buy it from a supplier, so a store, you have the option to sign up as a store that has a permit, so that way you don't get charged tax. So for example, how usually if you shop on, let's say, Walmart, or you shop on Home Depot, and you usually see tax based on where you live or where you're shipping, usually they'll charge you tax, right? But when you have a permit and you sign up for a special account like that, then that means that you don't have to pay any tax. So if it's $149.99, that is what you're paying. So the reason why a lot of people ask about this is because it's a great way to save money. So when you're buying from So the reason why a lot of people ask about this is because when you get an order on Amazon dropshipping and then you go to buy it from a supplier, so a store, you have the option to sign up as a store that has a permit, so that way you don't get charged tax. So for example, how usually if you shop on, let's say, Walmart, or you shop on Home Depot, and you usually see tax based on where you live or where you're shipping, usually they'll charge you tax, right? But when you have a permit and you sign up for a special account like that, then that means that you don't have to pay any tax. So if it's $149.99, that is what you're paying. So the reason why I get this question is because sales tax, it causes your profits to be higher, and also you're not paying any taxes, so it's kind of like a win-win. So this is something that people automatically run to, is doing sales tax. And where your profits might have been, I don't know, let's say $7, because you're not getting charged sales tax. Now your profits are, let's say, $15 because you don't have the sales tax anymore. So everything looks good, right? So the thing is, when you do sales tax, what people fail to realize is that you also have to keep track of your sales tax. So you need to keep track of, when you sell an item on Amazon, you need to keep track of the taxes that you're charging to customers. So a lot of times when people sign up for the sales tax portion, they sometimes don't set up the Amazon portion, meaning they're not charging the customer tax. They're doing as if they don't have a permit. And then what happens is then sometimes the state will come after you because they'll be like, where's the sales tax? How come you're not paying me? And another thing too is you have to keep track of it. So every 3 months, you have to be filing your sales tax for each state that you decide to do. And another thing too is that you have to register for sales tax for each state, which means you have to keep track of what you're selling to the customer and how much sales tax you're doing. So sometimes people don't keep track of it, and then they don't end up filing. And then what happens? The state ends up just choosing a number based on how much, let's say, you bought from Walmart. And they'll just guess a number and say, hey, this is what you owe. So they'll send you a random letter saying, hey, this is what you owe and you need to pay us. So what customers get confused with is that on Amazon, when you get an order, sometimes you'll see that Amazon takes out the tax for you. So let's say if a customer pays $30, you'll see like an extra tax, like $3. I can show you an example, but that tax does not go to me. I only get the subtotal. I don't get the tax portion. So that's what people get mixed up with. So they see Amazon taking out a tax, so they're like, oh, I don't need to do it. So the thing is that if Amazon doesn't take out tax and you only see like one amount that you're charging the customer, that means you should be taking taxes from that specific state. So that means you need to be setting it up. So you can't just sell items, not be paying taxes in the store and then selling the items. Some people do, and I guess they're being very dishonest, but it can catch up to you and you don't want to do that. I've heard people getting warrants off of them on their name. They know because they're very experienced with how the tax work and they're just focused on the profits. But if you want to do sales tax while dropshipping on Amazon, you have to make sure you do your due diligence and do the research you need to make sure that you're set up correctly. And so what you would do is, it's usually pretty easy. You can go on any of the state websites, which I'm showing you here, and you'll be able to then sign up, do an application, and you know what, you can even call them. They're actually very helpful, and they're awesome. They'll walk you through it. You don't want to get mixed up with choosing the wrong category. You want to make sure you choose the right category. You don't need any licenses or anything like that. All you're doing is getting a sales permit, so that way you'll be able to charge taxes and do your due diligence. So here's my experience. So I did it for a little while, like maybe like a couple weeks. And I didn't last because I got used to, I've always done the model with no sales tax. I know people promote that a lot because they do small profits, but I don't do that. I do straight profits. I don't do dollar profits. I don't do $2 profits. I'm usually like a $7 not profit girl, so $10, $15 profit type of girl. And so I've always done it that way, and I've made a lot of money that way. So I did try it. I did try doing the sales tax, and it was perfectly fine. I was able to get approved on Walmart, and I did do it for a while, but I didn't see the worth of it because I found that it was just extra work. So it's basically you have to then keep track of your taxes, and there are like softwares you can use, which is perfectly fine. And then you have to then send it to each state. So if you sign up for basically 40 states, you have to do it at 40 states, and some states are more stricter than others. And I just didn't think it was as worth it. I mean, some people do see a lot of benefits because you can get higher profits, but for me, I found that the extra work wasn't worth it to me because this is just dropshipping on Amazon. It wasn't worth it to me. And you'd have to decide for yourself if you want to get sales tax. That's completely up to you. But as for my opinion, I found that it wasn't worth it, so I ended up canceling. And the good thing is it's so easy to cancel. And you just call in, cancel, and then they'll send you a confirmation letter. And it was the most easiest thing to do. And I feel like that would be a choice that you have to make. And so that was my experience, and it'll be up to you what you want to do. And I just want to end it here, and hopefully if you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, ask me questions, and I might do a video about it, who knows. And if you haven't already, check out the course that I recently created, and it's meant to help complete beginners who want to start dropshipping and who want to start making money. Of course, there's no guarantees how much you can make because that will depend on you and how hard you work. But you could definitely check it out, and you could definitely check it out and come join me.
Hey, so I just wanted to give like a quick blurb of what I currently do in Amazon, how much I've made in the past. And you'll see here it had multiple VAs, and this is all of May. And so you'll see one VA made about $200 because I think she was the money maker. And so I just wanted to show you guys, give transparency, especially with how much you can make with the course if you put in work. And you can see this person made $1,700 from VAs that I outsource. And this is all in May, by the way. So what I do is I separate each VA by how much they make, so I can keep track of how much they were returning investment. And you can see here that another VA did $1,000. two VAs both did $1,700. So right away, that's $3,000 right there. This is $4,000. This VA did 4,700. So then that's about what, like $5,000. That was including that. And then you'll see here that she did 1,600. So then that's like 16. So that comes out to be like $7,000. And then there was more VAs. So then this added up to 8,000. So you can do the math yourself and see that it's still pretty good money. See, it's still going because I had a good multiple of VAs. So this is the potential you could make, and I just want to show transparency if you're interested in the course. And you can see here, this is all the breakdown of like the different videos I have. And I literally walk you through, and I'm always still adding videos, so it doesn't stop. So it's like a walkthrough of getting store set up, banking recommendations, getting ready to list. I show you everything. I break down everything here, and I'm always adding new stuff. So stay tuned to that. And I'm looking forward to you to join me in the course.
And that's the end of this video. You can head to thrivewithamazon.com. And if you have any questions or you want to get the free ebook, you can simply head there. Have a great day, guys.